Hi friends, and welcome back to Contracted and Committed. Here's a fun spoiler to start us off. Only one of us can explain the difference between OT and PT, and the other one brings a whole different skill set to the table.
In this episode, we're talking about what it's like when your partner isn't in healthcare. We'll share how we balance different careers, routines, and work rhythms while still functioning as a strong team on the road.
And if you're navigating something similar, whether your partner works remotely, stays home, or is in a totally different field, we see you. Let's get into how to make it work well together. Okay, all right, Tristan, to start us off, tell us what the difference between OT and PT.
Okay. OT stands for occupational therapist.
Yes.
So I know that much. PT, physical therapist.
Yeah.
So OT, I think, has to be like day-to-day activities, whether that be like answering a phone, like being able to pick up a phone and use one, or a toothbrush, or wiping your butt.
Yeah.
I think those are like OT stuff. So PT is like, let's go, it's kind of like everyday activities, but not like activities. It's more like mobility and functionality of the body is my guess.
Yeah, is that all you want to say?
Yep, that's about as good as I'm getting.
That was like pretty good actually,
That's
know.
Oh.
For like pediatric more though, PT works on like the gross motor skills. So things like walking, crawling, jumping, skipping, the balancing, coordinating, motor planning. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff. And for PT, we help kids build strength and mobility so they can move through their environment safely and confidently, where OTs in the pediatric field specifically focus more on the fine motor skills and the daily routines like you were talking about. And they also do sensory processing. So things like writing, getting dressed, using utensils, and then managing like overstimulation or understimulation in environments. So kind of a way to break it to make sense is if a kid's working on walking or balance, they're probably in PT. But if they're working on buttoning a shirt or calming down in a busy classroom, then they're probably in occupational therapy.
So
but you were so
off.
close.
That's
like, I'm pretty proud of you.
I listen to you when you talk. Look at that. That's not bad.
That was pretty good. I'm impressed. Very impressed. But now you know more.
As the one that doesn't work in healthcare, not bad at all.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Though I low-key kind of work in healthcare if you look at it that way.
Yeah. Tell us what you do. Yeah.
So my job has to do with, it's called Telecom Care is the program I work in. I work for an insurance company.
Yes.
In a workers' compensation insurance company. And my job is helping coordinate accounts to be able to call into nurses if an employee gets injured and help get treatment right away. That's the general basis of like what my job does. Or I do like all the background paperwork and behind the scenes data entry, setting up of everything so those accounts can make those calls.
Yeah.
And once those calls happen, make sure that the whole work comp process is correct going forward, making sure the claims are filed appropriately, and making sure they're getting to the right place. So that's the general basis of what my job is.
Yeah.
And that's completely remote, which is nice.
Yeah, super nice. You do have like an annual
one
meeting.
annual in-person meeting, pretty much.
Which that's not terrible at all.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see my coworkers in person every once in a while because you really only interact with them over the screen. That it's like, especially if you get a new person. I've got a new person this past year, and it's like, I've never seen them in person. So when I had my visit with them in Chicago, I was like, oh, wow, this is what you are like versus just me staring at you through a screen.
Yeah, different. It's different, yeah. I remember when we were on, in 2020 for COVID just started, and we started grad school, and I started graduate school in 2020. And we started online, and it was so strange to like the first time going in person, and we're like, oh, we thought you were taller, we thought you were shorter,
because you build up all these ideas in your head of what they look like or what you think they look like, and once you meet them, it's like, oh, how close was I? Was I off by the height or weight or anything like that? It's like, oh, crazy.
If you only see like shoulders up sometimes,
A lot of people think I'm shorter till I meet them in person. Yeah. I think it's my camera angle. It looks pretty bad because my desk is lower than me, so the camera shoots up at me. Adds weight to my face for sure. And then it definitely doesn't help with like the height and everything like that.
Yeah,
so.
maybe you should get like one of those
Yeah, maybe an
laptop.
elevated
Yeah.
laptop thing. Yeah, we'll figure it
I know,
out.
I tried to do biomechanics on you, ergonomics, but
We do our best.
yeah, when you're like, oh, my shoulder hurts, I'm like, well, look the way you're sitting at your computer. But for me, for work, I do pediatrics, physical therapy, traveling, and that looks different everywhere we're going. Could be outpatient, inpatient, homebound, early intervention, what else? School. So it looks different every time. It's hard to...
Depends on the contract.
It depends on the contract. Tristan works 8 to 4, right?
Yep.
With a 30-minute lunch.
Yep.
Yeah, and mine...
Sometimes I just work through that lunch and I get out at 4. Technically, it's 4:30 I work too.
Oh, 4:30. I'm about to say that would make sense.
If I just don't take a lunch, I just get out at 4. My work's pretty flexible with those hours. That it's like, I have a coworker that she's on the East Coast, but she doesn't get in till 10, but she doesn't leave till like 6.
Oh,
so
okay, yeah.
It really is. I really thank my manager for this. She's amazing. She's very hands off. As long as we get our job done, she's like, do your thing. And we're salaried, so it's not like we have to check in with a certain time and check out at a certain time. It's like, let's get the job done, and once the job's done, you're good. And make sure you're available in case another job comes up.
My hours vary depending on where I'm at. Sometimes I start at 6 a.m., sometimes 8:30, 9.
But eventually you get into like a more structured schedule.
Yeah, eventually. What do you mean by that?
So like when you're here with the school system, you're like, okay, when you first got in, you're like, I don't know exactly when I'm going to see my kids. We're just going to go throughout the week and figure that out. And eventually it's like, okay, I have 6 kids on Wednesday, 4 kids on Thursday, 5 kids on Tuesday, whatever it is,
I definitely think that school-based is more flexible, like your work, especially because we do get out at decent times. For outpatient peds, they like want to do after school hours, which makes total sense. But then you're working until 6:37 p.m. and it's like, dang, that kind of sucks. Not my favorite. And then you also get the holidays and the breaks for school based, so it feels a little bit more flexible.
Yeah, it is kind of nice that you end at such an early time that we are really able to like go and do things after your work is done / when my work is done. Yeah, and that kind of opens up our day quite a bit, and I think we get to spend more time together because of that. Because when you were working those shifts that are like till 7, it's like, okay, I might see you for an hour before we go do our own thing and then go to bed.
Yeah. And I do think it's more flexible, the school-based more flexible, and then like clinical or inpatient per se is more structured, because it definitely is like all of them are scheduled between 6 or 7 a.m. all the way until whatever, 4, 5, 6, 7 p.m., whatever your schedule is, if you're working 8s or 10s. And I think homebound and early intervention, I've done homebound, and I'm going to do early intervention, which is in the home soon here coming up. And I think that would be more flexible because you kind of make your own schedule, which would be nice.
Of course, you have to work around when they're available, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes that's pretty hard depending on the parent's schedule, right? Because they have to work, too.
Yeah. It's like, okay, when do you want to...
When can I get in? Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess some differences is mine's usually more structured than your days, and you're more flexible or free, which works well if, like, Izzy has a vet appointment. Like, obviously, you're probably more willing to take her unless I'm working 4/10s, then I have Fridays off or a day off in the week, which happens quite a bit in peds to work 10-hour shifts in the outpatient settings, but that's nice.
I definitely have more freedom to do like those smaller projects, especially if it's like at home stuff where it's like, hey, we need some more laundry done during the day. It's like, I can do that. We need Izzy out to the vet real quick. I can do that.
Yeah.
We need to run to the store and grab something real quick. I can do that.
Right.
So
yeah.
That is what's nice about the work from home. Is like, as long as I got my work phone on me, I'm good to go wherever I need to go, really. And as long as I communicate with my coworkers too.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
Hey, I need to step outside for 30 minutes. We're all really pretty chill about that. That we just say, go for it. We'll cover you until you're back. So
yeah, if something needs to be done. Okay, for today's couple check-in, if you had to explain my job to a stranger in one sentence, what would you say?
She helped kids walk good.
That's not even a proper sentence.
Nah, it's probably like, she assists children in performing necessary tasks. I don't know, something like that.
Oh gosh, mine for you.
Yeah, do you even... I explained my job earlier in the thing. Do you even remember what I said?
Yeah, it's just like hard to put it into one sentence.
Yeah.
He overlooks the partnerships your company has for workers' comp. Like, that's the best that I can do.
Gotcha. So I'll give my own sentence, and
What
then you gotta
the
give your
heck?
own sentence.
Okay.
So you see what each other thinks.
Okay.
So if I describe my position in one sentence, it would be, I connect employers with nurses to help their injured workers.
Dang, that's pretty good.
It pretty much sums up the whole position right there.
Want to know mine?
Yeah, go for it.
Let me think.
I thought you were ready with the way you said that.
I
You're
got
just
it.
like, okay.
I help kids.
Yeah. Boom. That's the sentence. I help kids. That's all you need. Don't make it more complicated than that. I help kids. I help kids.
Okay, I help kids with their gross motor skills.
Well done.
Has anybody ever told you that, like, oh, so Kelsey and you are doing this thing, like, Kelsey's doing this thing and you're just kind of along for the ride? Because I get that sometimes when, like...
Yeah, I've definitely heard it a few times where it's like, oh, you're just following her around. It's like, yeah, I kind of am. But that is the nice thing about the work from home life, is I really can just follow you around. Because this really wouldn't be possible if I didn't have a job that was flexible enough to be able to do this. So
yeah,
that worked out really nicely. And
yeah, I definitely would not do this without you. Yeah. I feel like I would be so depressed if I did it.
If you were just solo traveling, you think you'd be much more sad?
Yeah. Well, because I'd be far away from home, most likely. Or I just would take, like, really close contracts.
Only Michigan contracts, and you're just not too far away from family.
See you, like, I don't know, once every 2 weeks, like the old days.
You know, I don't think there'd ever be a world where we are still married and you're traveling solo. That just wouldn't happen, so. No.
It would be, like, still dating, and we were doing that for so long, the long distance, quote, unquote, I don't know.
Like hour and a half long distance.
It was like, I mean, we never really saw each other, and we were together for so long.
Yeah. It's weekends when I can make it down, you know?
Yeah, you did like twice a month or something, so. So you just think you don't really care when people say that? I
don't mind it at all.
No.
Because it kind of is true, so.
I
joke around with it too. It's like, oh yeah, I'm just tagging along, here for the ride.
I kind of feel bad when people say it, like I'm forcing you to do this.
Oh, no.
That's how it comes to me when people say it to me.
Really? Why do you think so?
I don't know. Because I feel bad.
You feel bad that you're taking me into these new places? Well, we made this decision together, so.
I know.
It can't be that bad.
I know. But it's like, oh, sorry that I'm such a burden to...
Nah, it's worth it. Gotta make that cheddar. Then we get to see new places and meet new people and discover new areas. I think that's been, the most fun part about the travel, of course. So.
Yeah.
Learn what we like, learn what we dislike. Not only about each other, but living situations. Because what I was thinking about today, because outside of our bathroom right now is the fire alarm. So if it ever gets too steamy in the bathroom, it sets off the fire alarm from the steam. And that bugs me it's probably happened to me at least 2 or 3 times, and it happened to you once the other day, and it's just kind of startling and a little annoying. It's not something I would ever think about. But now that it's happened to us, I'm like, okay, in a future house, we need to know. Don't put the fire alarm right outside the bathroom.
Right. There is things that it's like, ooh, I don't like this in a house. Or like, why would they do that? Or...
Like a crack in the door that you can see through to the outside.
Yeah, that's just they need a new door.
Yeah.
What are some things in a house that you were like, oh, we should not?
We should not have?
Or have. Either way.
I think a lot of rugs is kind of annoying because I think you can kind of pick up and trap more dirt. Well,
rugs?
Rugs.
Yeah, there's a lot of like...
Because hard floors are nice to clean versus rugs.
We already knew that we liked hard floor over like carpets. But I do think like if you need like a carpet, like one big one. But here in our house that we are renting right now, there's a whole bunch of smaller carpets everywhere. And it's kind of obnoxious.
It's just annoying when you're vacuuming. It's like, okay, I got to vacuum the carpet and I got to move the carpet and vacuum under the carpet and move the carpet back.
Being an adult.
I know, it's not fun. I don't enjoy it. I don't like the cleaning aspect in the first place, so I'm just here to help.
Oh, let's get back to the actual theme of this podcast.
Yeah, might be derailing a bit.
Yeah, that's okay. I guess we can talk about the mental load of each other's jobs a little bit.
What do you mean by that?
Like, I feel like I have, for mine, I just, like, see a lot of people compared to yours.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to be, like, since I'm with pediatrics, I have to be different than what, like, a normal person in an adult setting or even just a
Mm-hmm.
normal workload. Like, teachers
Kind
get
of
me a
have to
little
act a
bit.
little bit.
Yeah. Like, you kind of have to put on a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some kids you need to like, be like super exciting or
Mm-hmm.
really just keep talking all the time, and other kids you'll learn that less is more.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like I mean that's exhausting emotionally and and
Yeah,
then
but-
also physically like I'm physically getting on the floor and up and down and running
Yeah.
and jumping and picking up these kids too if they're
Mm-hmm.
eloping or misbehaving
So
and
you
I'm
get
like
a workout throughout the entire day,
yeah,
don't you?
uh-huh.
I sit.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I sit and there's my computer and that's about my mental load
you
right
turn
there.
your body from
Yeah.
one computer to the next.
The only mental load that I got is like some days I just don't talk to people.
Yeah.
And then you get home exhausted from only talking to children and people and it's
Mhm.
like, well, how am I supposed to outlet my energy right now?
Yeah.
And that's probably the biggest struggle I have is those days.
Yeah.
But I try to find an outlet. Hang out with friends over Discord and stuff who also work from home.
Yeah,
They're
talk
like
to
my
them.
little coworkers.
Mhm.
It's like, oh, we got a little coworker squad going here. That
Yeah.
way I can get out my ticks before you get home.
Yeah, your tick. Yeah, you got. I have like the emotional, physical toll of it, and then you have like the invisible load of the work from home lifestyle,
Mm-hmm.
where you're just kind of, especially with moving, like it's not like we have friends in the neighborhood.
True.
Or like friends in the city, or you're like, hey, come over and hang out with me during my lunch, or
Yeah.
oh, let's go walk the block with our dogs, or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. People, I don't know. Do normal people do that? I don't know.
I've never seen people in
I
the
don't
area
know.
do that. I guess I don't know what normal people do nowadays.
Yeah.
We're not ever around long enough or want to interact with neighbors long enough that we'd figure that out.
Sorry. I watched something, I don't know, some like stupid vlog on YouTube recently, and these dads do like hot dad walks with their kids, like every Saturday morning, like go
Are the
together.
dads hot, or is it just like temperature wise it's hot outside?
They just call it the hot dot. That they physically the dads.
Oh, they decided on that name?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. Respect.
And they like walk their kids to a park and have like a little social dad gathering, and I thought that was so cool because I feel like
fun.
not a lot of, I don't know, stereotypically it's the moms always, and it's like okay, well.
And I think that's kind of like a lost thing. That might be something for a generation above us. Like our generation having kids, we don't really go out and interact with other people really a lot.
No. Well, COVID probably also didn't help with all that stuff, but.
Yeah, it's pretty whack.
What have you learned about like the different work styles or stress points of each other, you think, since traveling?
Different work styles. Well, I think your work style, of course, is like structured. You know exactly what your day's going to look like going into your day.
Yeah,
almost exactly.
Pretty much.
Pretty close to it.
Sometimes I'm like, this kid's going to be absent, watch. And I come out and they're absent.
Yeah.
And I'm like, see, told you.
Well, with my work day, it's very unknown. It's like I wake up in the morning and I check my email boxes, and some mornings I have 25 emails. Some mornings I have 50 emails. Some mornings I have 5 emails. And it's like I never know what's going to happen. It's like I go in there and it could be 8-10 hours of work, or it could be 2-3 hours of work, and then just kind of monitoring and making sure everything's going well.
Yeah.
And some days that I do actually have a little more structured is a bunch of meetings, but then other things can get filled in between those meetings, and it's like, well, I had planned on doing laundry that day, but I didn't get the opportunity because I had 2 meetings pop up, or some problem came up that I had to deal with, and it's like,
or the meetings ran long. That happens too. Yeah.
So I think that's kind of like the biggest stress pointer from my work standpoint is sometimes there's expectations where it's like, hey, Tristan, I need you to get this done today. And I'm like, cool, I will get that done today.
Yeah.
And then I will have a bunch of work pile up and I won't be able to get that thing done. And it's like, she's going to freak out on me when she gets home because the thing ain't done.
Yeah. Me telling you that. Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I feel like that is something that we've had to work on since like living together and figuring out how our life is gonna look, I guess. It's a balancing act of like, I know that you have more flexibility, but not overlooking the fact that you're still actually working. I feel like
that's my favorite quote sometimes. Is like, I still have a job. You know that, right? It's like I joke sometimes, like, oh yeah, I work from home, life is so easy, da 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 da. I joke with a lot of people about that.
Yeah, you
But
do.
then it's like, in all seriousness, I do have a job. I do have to work throughout the day. I do have things I have to attend to, and meetings and emails to be sent, and actual work that does need to be done. And it is nice that it gets to be from home, but sometimes it is a job.
Yeah.
It's not like I
And it's a
can't not work.
huge misconception, I think, for that. Like, I mean, you have more flexibility for sure,
Mhm.
but there is times that you're working and sometimes working over your normal hours too, just because that's how different parts of the year, it's a little bit heavier, just like in any other job.
Yeah.
And I do think that was hard for me to be like, well, yesterday I knew that you weren't
Yeah, it's
that
like
busy,
yesterday you
but
had plenty of time to do these
yeah,
things.
why
and
didn't you
it's like,
do it?
today it's like you have to go another hour after work, and it's like
Mhm.
well, more stuff came up today. I can't plan for those things. I just kind of gotta handle them as they come.
Yeah, and I think that's hard because to me, like if I had your job, if roles were reversed, I feel like I would be more like, okay, I don't have any of my work. Like my work's like completed for this couple minutes or whatever it may be, 10 minutes. And I'm just monitoring now. Oh, well, I could go do the dishes. Where you don't do that or
Nope.
think that.
Nope.
And that's, I think, where we like butt heads a little bit about it. Definitely been better about being like, okay, Tristan's work time is from 8 to 4, 4:30, whatever, if he takes his lunch or not. And his lunch should be his lunch time too. And you should do whatever you want during your lunch. And then after that time, then you can do things. Or if you do really have like low time during your work, and you choose to do it, that you mentally are able to do it, physically able to do it, feel like you can, then you should.
Because sometimes in my work it feels, well, I pride myself on doing good work quickly.
Yeah.
So it's like, if somebody asks me a question, like on Teams or something, I want to answer that question within a minute.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to be right there. And I always feel bad. It's like, because there's definitely been times where I've stepped away from my desk and I've been doing laundry for the past like 10, 20 minutes, or been doing the dishes or cooking or something for the past 10, 15, 20
Whatever
minutes.
it is.
And someone had messaged me with something that was urgent, and I wasn't there when it's like, I have a very easy, flexible job.
Like, why am I not
And it's
there?
like, why was I not able to respond immediately? And it's like, those moments are what makes me feel kind of like chained to my desk a bit, even when being work from home.
Yeah.
That it's like, I really don't want to get up. Because it just stresses me out at that point.
Yeah, that makes sense. What do you appreciate most about my role? And I'll tell you what I appreciate about yours.
Most about your role, like as a PT?
I know what you're going to say now. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
What do you think I'm going to say? Hey, let's throw it to you first.
No!
Oh, the cheddar? No, I didn't even think about that. I was like, I appreciate that if I ever had any bodily soreness, I can kind of ask you about it, and you might have a decent answer for me about what may be going wrong.
Yeah.
That's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think I'm going to say about your job?
About my job?
What I appreciate the most?
That I can get some of that home stuff done.
Yeah.
I would typically be at an office.
I was going to say flexibility, and then piggyback on that your company's really good. Like, I feel like your manager and and everybody in your company is like super nice. You don't have like any issues with them. And
Great team.
And they don't have issues with you. But
as far as I know.
Yeah. Hopefully they would express them.
Yeah.
I really appreciate when coworkers express issues, because it's like, why are we bottling it up? Like, let's just talk about it.
And I think that is what's nice about like my teammates and everything that I have right now is we're very upfront with each other in a good way. When it's like, if we disagree with each other, we know we're disagreeing because we want to succeed at the same solution.
Yeah. And
so we want to fix a problem.
great
We
team.
both understand, hey, we want to fix this problem. Even if we disagree about how to fix the problem, we will talk about it and figure out what is best going forward.
Right. And I also, on top of piggybacking on that piggyback, that
run out of backs.
I got lots of backs, okay. Is that you get a pension. Like, your benefits
the benefits
are really great for your
Health
company.
benefits are great.
Yes.
Retirement benefits are great. So
it would be a
nice.
hard job to leave for sure.
Hard company to leave, yeah.
Yes, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of like what I appreciate most and what you appreciate most, which I'm glad you didn't say the making the money, because that's not
the first thing. That didn't even come to my head at all. I guess I didn't think about that.
Let's see. How do we balance the dynamic? I feel like a lot of times a lot of stuff is pushed on you during the day, But I do think, like, I'll start something in the morning, and then you'll pick it up, and then I'll come and help at the end of the day when I come back home.
I think I'm more of the laborer in the relationship, we'll call it. You're like the brains of the operation where you do, hey, let me get through
Okay,
this.
go ahead. Have my water while you're...
Yeah. So you figure out, like, what needs to be done and how it needs to be done, and you like to plan out those things well in advance of when I would even start thinking about them. So that you're like, hey, we need to do this, this, and this, and I'm like, your little robot that just beep, boop, beep, boop. Let me go switch over laundry. Doot, doot. Time to cook food now. Doot, doot, doot.
You're a robot.
Yeah, exactly. And not in like a negative way where I feel like you're just telling me to do things and I do them.
Yeah.
Because you do plenty of as well.
Oh,
but
yeah,
I think
for
like
sure.
you definitely hold down the more mental load of like things that need to be done.
Yeah.
And think about those things at least more often than I do.
Yeah.
And then I just try to be the doer more often because I do have that flexibility to be able to go out and do these things.
Yeah.
That's kind of like where we divide our labor, I guess you could call it.
And I think it's like we each have our strengths too. Like Tristan enjoys and is better at cooking than I. I just don't have the patience for it, for like harder things to cook. And then I'm more like a clean freak or like a neat, organized person. So I kind of we work with our strengths that we have. And so I do most of like the cleaning and the organizing and the packing, organizing type stuff. Like if we're packing for a trip, like I'll be like, hey, these are the bags we're using, or like this is yours, this is mine. I think that'll work the best, and you are like, yep, that sounds good, and like agree or disagree, you know, have your own opinions.
I'm the cook and the driver.
Yes. Cook and driver.
I feel like a butler.
Yeah.
I guess butler's clean too. Never mind. I can't say that. Darn.
And like I do drive, but because he works from home, I feel like I drive everywhere, especially right now. I like am between 10 schools or 10 places, I guess, in a week. Couple of are homebound. And then Tristan stays at home until I come home and we like go to golf or go work out. And it's like, well, you can drive because you haven't driven all day.
It's like you've already put in 40 minutes to an hour a day of driving. It's like, no problem driving. I enjoy driving.
Yeah.
I get a little stressed out. Not because of your driving. It's just I don't have the control when I'm not driving.
Which is crazy wild because I am that way too. But when you're driving, I'm just like, do. Unless I feel like you're not going to stop.
There's sometimes where it's like, you gotta be kidding me. It's like, what do you think? I just go around rear-ending people if you weren't here all the time?
No, listen real quick. So the problem I have is sometimes you get distracted because of your ADHD. Because we're talking or something, right? We're talking or something about something. And then it's like, oh, these people are braking real quick. And sometimes you brake a little...
A little heavy?
A little heavy, yes. A little late from what I would do. And I'm like... Yeah, but other than that, but going back, I do want to go back to what you said about mental load, though, and you're gonna hate that I say this because you don't.
Go for it.
Tristan disagrees with this. That how do I want to say this? That women usually hold a lot of mental load, and he disagrees that that's even a thing. And I try to explain it to him, but it is a thing. But I want to, or we're not going to argue about this right now.
Argue.
I know, but you're smiling like you're going to argue.
Say what you want to say.
I want to say that I do feel like I've been better about not holding all the mental load, and we've been better about that. I don't think you've been like consciously aware that we've been better, but in regards to like, I'm like, oh, we need to, for example, the golf membership. I'm like, oh, we need to cancel the golf membership. And you're like, yep. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to stop thinking about it. And it's your issue now. Like, you're going to do it. And then that way it's out of my mind.
And did it get done?
It did. I'm not saying it didn't. I'm saying for me to let go of some mental load, that's what I've had to do. And what you've had to pick up. Like some of those things that are technically more things on your plate to do, but I'm mentally thinking about it all the time. Like, that's the mental load, and I'm just like, you know what? If I say, hey, Tristan, this needs to be done.
Gotta trust me to get it done.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying, but then I verbally have been saying, like, okay, I'm going to stop thinking about this, and it's your issue, and if it doesn't get done, it's not on me. Because I think that's what us, I'm generalizing females, but what I specifically do is like, oh, I have to like make sure the house is running. I have to do all, like, we're just wired to be like, everything has to go XYZ in a good way. And if it doesn't, it's our fault. Or maybe that's just me thinking that. I don't know. So I just wanted to put that in there because I think that we've been better at that. At least I have felt less mental load recently.
Good.
So
I'm glad.
Yay!
Probably less stress on your end.
Yeah, well, I've also just kind of been better about that too this year. So
very true. You've done a great job.
Yeah, I don't think we going back to the roles that we have, nothing really clashes. I do think that we do a good job of. There's no like strict divide on a lot of things. Like we both can do everything. It's just what are we better at and what do we like to do more? Like I'd rather clean than cook. You know? But we still both do those things.
Yeah, as needed, of course. So it's like if you have we typically clean on Fridays, let's call it.
Yeah.
If you have very busy Friday, you don't have the opportunity to clean, I pick it up. Not a problem. Or if I need stuff like prepped for the kitchen because I'm busy doing something, it's like you have no problem prepping everything and getting everything ready for the kitchen.
Well, there was that one time you were sick or, I don't know, you had the heat stroke. I think it was that heat stroke day, and it was a Sunday, and I was like, I'm just gonna meal prep. I'm just gonna cook everything in meal prep. And I just came and asked you once in a while. I'm like, babe, what do I do?
Sitting there in a bathtub of ice.
No, you were laying down by this time.
Oh, I was sleeping on this time?
It was either the time that you had heat stroke or it was your migraine.
It was the heat stroke time.
It might have been the migraine though.
I think it was the heat stroke time. Okay. Because it parried into nasty headache.
Yeah, I bet.
And I was just like, oh, it's so nice that she's just cooking because I really didn't want to do it.
I know, I didn't want to do it either, but I was like, I need food, so I'm going to do it.
That's true. You do need food throughout the week, don't you?
We do still, like, have time to schedule time for ourselves, too, which is very important still. I don't think you need to schedule time every day with each other, but at least a little bit. Like, I'd like 20, 30 minutes a day is perfect.
Yeah, because there was that one point where it's like we weren't hanging out with each other at all, it felt like. And it's like, okay, we need to
figure this out.
At least start scheduling something. So it's like, this is the time we're hanging out with each other. And then from there, it just became more flexible. And of course, we hung out with each other every day.
Yeah, of course.
Especially when we're in a state where it's like, it's just us. It's like, who else are we going to hang out with? Ain't nobody else around. We hang out with the dog.
I think a big thing that you have to keep reminding yourself in any relationship is to not to keep score of like, oh, well, I did the dishes and I did this and I did that today. What did you bring to the table? You know, like keeping score of who's winning, I guess, essentially.
It's like who's done more and who should do the next thing because I've done all this. And it's like, as long as, of course, there's like good division of labor. So it's
of course.
There's definitely relationships that I've seen where it's like one person is definitely putting in all the work.
Effort, yeah.
And it's like, oof. It's like, brother, you need to step up, or sister, you need to step up because the other person is doing it all. I think we've done a pretty good job of just kind of dividing that. I think we kind of naturally fell into a lot of our places.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, this is kind of the stuff we need to do, which helps out a lot. But I think that started with talking to each other about, hey, I kind of handle this better, I kind of handle this better. And making sure we both understand that, communicate that going forward. Because right now, I guess we don't have like too many worries, but imagine adding like a kid into the situation.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, okay, now we have even more stuff where you're having to sit here and juggle, and especially with a child, you have to figure out a lot more.
Yeah, logistically, how to handle everything. And that's when just gotta make sure both peoples are stepping up and sharing the workload. The weight.
And, you know, sometimes step back, make sure that you're looking at your partner and being like, okay, am I doing enough for this person? It's like, I have decided to marry this person, I care for this person, make sure, help them, and make sure that you're pulling your weight too.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily keeping score, but it's like, let me make sure I'm doing right by them.
Yeah.
So.
I think also to put into that little aspect too is some days I might only have 5%. You know, when I come home. And, you know, if you only have 5% too, that sucks. But we got to make up the difference somehow.
Yeah.
And just knowing when those days are too. Or, well, communicating. Like, there was one day that I was like, babe, I only got 20 today. You gotta, like...
It's like, I can't do anything. I just want to sit.
And rot.
And do nothing. And it's like, okay, I got it. I'll pick it up. Don't you worry.
Yeah. So I think,
just let me know.
Yes, you need to divide labor, but also know your own limits and communicate your limits too. Because the last thing you want to do is keep pushing and then snapping on the person you love so much. I think that's kind of where a lot of people get into fights when they don't communicate, that they need space or that they need
help.
Help, yeah.
And it's like, it's not a bad thing to ask for help, especially if your partner. That's what they're there for. They're there to help you.
Yeah.
And make sure that you're doing well too. So ask them. Talk to them.
That should be your person that you can talk to about anything too.
Exactly.
So. But some things that I think help with that is making sure you're doing like daily or weekly check-ins with each other. I think we do a great job communicating and doing that. Like weekly, well, on Sunday, for instance, or whatever day, we'll be like, okay, what do you got going on this week? What do I got going on this week?
And then eventually halfway through the week, okay, what's our weekend plans looking like? Are we on the same page here? Tristan, do you know what's going on? I say no. Kelsey explains me what we're doing this weekend. And I try my best to remember. I forget half of it, but then I'll get another half the next day. And then eventually I'll have the full picture and life will be good.
Yeah, it's just, it would not be great if we got to a weekend and we wake up and then it's like we had something planned and you're like, wait, I didn't know we had that planned. And that just seems like a mess to me, so why don't we communicate it? And then like daily check-ins for us kind of looks like, I don't know, sometimes like, oh, I have a meeting at 3, so and I'm gonna be at work or I'm gonna be at home for it, whatever it is. Same with your meetings. If you're in a meeting, you let me know so I'm not disturbing you if I'm coming home at that time or something. And then also, after we are done with our work days, communicating daily, like, okay, what do you want to do for our time? Do we want to sit down and do our podcast? Do we want to, watch a show, or what do we need?
Game together, that kind of thing.
And then, like, also, do you want to eat separate? Do you want to eat together tonight? And most of the time we do eat separate, which seems kind of counterintuitive to what a lot of people say, but that's our time apart.
Yeah, it's like our decompressing time where it's like, okay, we're both just going to sit there. We're going to be iPad kids for a second. Because Kelsey's been talking with kids for the past 8 hours and they've been freaking out. By the time dinner rolls around, it's like we've been with each other for at least another 2.5 hours between golf and working out. Yeah. And it's like, okay, now we really just need some space.
Yeah, or I just need to be by myself for a little bit sometime. Yeah, and then, sometimes I'm like, hey, are you ready to do our time at 8? Like, does that sound good? Will you be ready then? But making sure we set clear boundaries around that work time, personal space. Like, hey, Tristan, I'm going to eat, and then maybe get back together in an hour or whatever it may be. Yeah, making that time for yourself is really important. You don't always have to be around each other. And I think that's really hard, especially for us since we're traveling. We only really know each other well. It's like, yeah, sometimes I should go and see friends, or you should go and be able to just be by yourself too. We don't do it very often because, we've been kind of on that grind of golf and working out a lot. Yeah. But, I mean, there's been times that we don't always work out together, though.
No. Like, we're at the gym together, but sometimes that doesn't necessarily mean working out together.
I mean, if there's 2 Smith machines, we're open. We're going to take both.
We ain't there to mess around. We're there to get into the gym and out of the gym. Because I'm not going to lie, Tristan's favorite thing is not the gym.
That is true. I do think, in addition to that, giving each other space and, like, credit for what we're doing, not feeling guilty for taking that time away, like I was saying, or feeling pressure of having to do one or the other. Yeah, which I think we don't have issues with. I mean, sometimes I do feel guilty for not always go all the time. But
I don't think it's always good to go. Sometimes you gotta sit there, take a breath, relax.
Yeah.
Or else you're gonna stress yourself out, work yourself to death. Life isn't work.
Yeah, I know. I've been better.
Work to live, don't live to work.
I've been better.
Yeah, you have. You've been great.
Yeah.
I think you made like a very conscious decision this year to like kind of work on some of these more anxiety driving things and kind of reduce them. And I think you've done a great job for it. So kudos to you.
And that goes to my next point I want to say is that we need to make sure you're acknowledging each other's hard work and contributions to, your work or, everything that you're doing too. And you always do a good job at that. And I try to do it, but you do a lot better job at that than I do.
Yeah, I was like, it's weird because I guess I don't like it being acknowledged for my work.
You don't. You hate
very
it.
much. It makes me uncomfortable. Yeah. I don't know why. Because it's always like my assumption. It's like, oh, it's work, so it needed to be done. So I don't know why I should be thanked for it.
Right. And I agree.
I guess it's not like the best outlook you should have to it. Because even like I have like year-end reviews, and my boss comes to me and he's like, "You did fantastic this year. You got a 5, which is like exceeds expectations, and you did all these great things." And I'm just sitting there like uncomfortable, wanting to leave the conversation. They're just like, "Oh, thanks," but this makes me uncomfortable because I just felt like I was doing my job.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with that. Like, I guess I think about when I was a kid, and it's like, okay, some kids, like, got money for doing chores. We didn't. Like, it was just expected. Like,
it's like chores needed to be done.
And
You're supposed to do the chores.
My parents are like, it's your house. You need to take care of your house. You know, like, it's not just, you don't live here. This is also your house. So you also need to do the dishes and clean and contribute to that. And so I feel like that does translate over to who I am today. And it's like, when I go to work, like, yeah, I'm just doing my job. I'm doing it as well as I can. Or it's like, oh, there's trash on the floor. I'm going to pick it up because I need to take care of the clinic or the school.
Campfire rule.
Because it's, like, also mine and I work here. So, like, why wouldn't I take care of it? And a lot of people don't have that mindset.
Yeah, it's a little weird. And it's like, aren't you around here a long time? Like, do you want, like, ants?
Nice things? Yeah, exactly. Even though you hate that, I think it's good to honor.
I still think it's good. I mean, I do it a lot because I think it's a good thing. I just don't know how to not be uncomfortable when I receive, like, praise for those types of things.
Well, because you just got to look at yourself as being a good person.
I think I'm a great person. I'm the best.
Okay, for today's PT tip, talk roles, not scores. So we kind of talked about this a little bit, but don't fall into the trap of keeping score about who's busier or doing more, especially when your career looks very different from each other's. Instead, focus on clear communication about roles and responsibilities, and then revisit those expectations regularly. What worked last assignment, or last year, last month, might not work this time. So stay flexible and open to shifting tasks like managing logistics, meals, or downtime. The key is mutual respect and teamwork, not perfect balance every day. You're building a life together on the move. I really like that I stated that...
You're getting there? Believe in you.
That it changes. Like, to keep... Like... Yeah.
The day-to-day work changes? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah.
I like that because it does from day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year, etc.
Keeps it a little exciting.
Contract to contract, especially for us, because, you know, my hours might look different or something. But I was thinking, like life events, too, it would change. Like, when couples have babies, it probably changes.
Oh, yeah.
You know, or...
Even having a dog, you're like...
Yeah, having a dog, a pet. A new house probably changes, too. New state, new city probably changes. So, yeah.
Heck, if you got a dishwasher or not, that changes a lot.
Yeah. Not excited about that one for our next contract, are you? We don't have a dishwasher.
House? The first one has?
Second
both?
one.
The second one doesn't have one? Ooh, for some reason I thought it did. That's so not fun.
Well, I'll try my best.
Why's it got to be the long contract without it?
You said it was fine.
I guess that's true. We made it through before. We can do it again.
Yep. No matter what your partner does, like what you do, what I do, we still have to honor each other's jobs and what they bring, and they might bring
them for what they do.
Yeah, what they are. Like, yours is more flexible, mine's more clinical driven, and yeah, we don't have assumptions or judgments about what counts as meaningful work, which I think is hard for both of us. It's like we said before, well, it's our job, we're going to do it, but, like, it is meaningful.
Yeah.
Like, and I only see my job meaningful when a parent, a teacher, or a kid, like, says something. Like, I have a kid right now that's
like, oh, thank you for the help. And it's like, you don't always get thanked every day for the work you do. And it's like, okay, well, I appreciate it. And that really kind of makes it a lot better. Or even when you gotta tell a kid, like, hey, I'm leaving, and they want you to stay, and they like you a lot, and it's like, oh,
that's the hard
they
part.
kind of, it's sad, but like happy at the same time, because clearly
It's
you did
bittersweet.
a good enough job with them
Yeah.
that they want you to stick around.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, okay, sometimes you just gotta go, you know?
Yeah, it's bittersweet. And it's so hard because my kids that I have, like, no, Miss Kelsey, you're the best, and hug me and just love me. And I say, I'm always prepping them, like, hey, 3 more times, 2 more times, 1 more time. Today's the last day. And it's really, and they're just like, no, no, we don't want to. Why do you have to go? I'm like, well, then it's summer and you don't see me anymore. But then you're not going to come back. I'm like, no, I'm not. And it's hard.
No,
But I'm like, I promise you, you will forget about me the first week of summer. Like, it'll be fine. But it is really nice when kids
want you to
want
be around
me, yeah.
and hang out with you. Oh, hang out with you as in do their PT.
Yeah, and make them work.
Yeah.
Here's what we want you to remember. Different careers don't have to mean disconnect. You can build a strong partnership even when your work looks totally different and make it work on the road. We do it every day and you can too.
Thanks for tuning in to Contracted and Committed. If this episode gave you a little more clarity or encouragement, share it with someone navigating life and work alongside a partner. Rate it, review it. It helps more travelers find our small but growing community.
Next week, we're diving into something every couple on assignment wrestles with: money, minimalism, and moving vans.
We drop episodes every Saturday, mixing quick minis with full-length conversations.
Until next time, keep loving,
keep laughing,
and most importantly,
keep taking the next step.